So I've had off. Good morning everyone, it actually is Tuesday today, and I tell you what, it's flipping windy outside, so that woke me up this morning. So I've been outside and done a little bit of videoing, as you've just seen, and then I came in, I decided I'd start clearing what I call Paul's corner of doom, and I discovered my scrapbook, and it's something I've been keeping for a bit, and I thought maybe we should have a new photo challenge or some sort of challenge, because it did kind of get me to thinking, what does everyone do with their photos? I know we're all snap happy with our iPhones or Androids or whatever, and we go around taking loads of photos, but what actually happens to those photos? Do you just put them in the cloud, or do you print them out, or do they just sort of disappear over time and you don't think of them again, or do you send them to friends and family and then you get rid of them yourselves? Because obviously we've only got so much space on our phones and everything. I use a thing called Adobe Lightroom because I have the Creative Cloud for work, so that's where my half decent photos go. But all the sort of odds and sods tend to just get deleted, to be honest with you. I'm a bugger for not having a lot on my phone. I hate having my phone full of photographs, so when I've done some photographs on my phone, not that I use my phone for photography very much at all, but I get rid of them anyway. So yeah, it's a weird OCD thing, that is. I know that's OCD. I panic when I get to 80% battery. It's weird, and I do the same with this camera. As soon as I see it go to red, which actually means there's a third left, I start panicking and want to change the batteries. So it's all too much, I say. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I thought if we did a new photo challenge, obviously you get to see this video on Saturday. So if we say from the Saturday you're watching this until the 30th, take a photo every day, okay, and make a montage at the end of the week, or a slideshow or something like that. Not just show all 7 photos or whatever it is, actually make a montage, and maybe do it under something like My Week or My Life. So catalogue what you do, because obviously when we're doing these videos we're cataloguing what we're doing every day. So we get to watch this back, and then it's on YouTube, and we get to see, you know, we can look back a couple of years ago and think, oh, what a pair of nutters, and we look tomorrow and still see what a pair of nutters. So nothing really changes, but you get what I'm saying. So instead of just throwing your photographs away, let's have a week where everyone takes a photo every day, makes a montage, or maybe you print them out and put them in a scrapbook. Take a picture of that, what you've done, if you're doing it into a scrapbook or something like that. You can have text and words and all that sort of stuff, and then photograph that, and then post that to our MeWe group, or post it to Twitter and just tag Hannah the NB into that, and then we'll get to see it. And then anything really good we'll actually put on our Facebook community page as well, so the whole world can then see that, if you want us to. If you don't want to, just state that you don't want us to do that. So yeah, I think that's just something a little bit different, and I'll do the same. So starting from Saturday that you're watching this, I shall do a photograph every day. I'll make a montage of some sort, or a slideshow or something, and I'll whack that into the video. And again, maybe if there's a really good one that comes through, I'll stick that into the end of the following video, so we'll see. So yeah, there's a bit of inspiration for you. Let's do something different. Let's actually catalogue something, or just do something artistic, creative. See you soon, bye. Lee?
Yes.
Are we having a healthy dinner?
We are.
Am I going to die?
No.
So what have we got? Because we've got the same, haven't we, this time?
We've got roast chicken.
But I like that.
We've got sweet potato fries with some all-purpose seasoning on. Carrots and curly kale.
Curly kale. Look, I've even got some curly kale. I haven't got as much as Lee. Let's see how this goes.
Although we haven't got a sauce of, you know, gravy or anything, so I don't know.
I'm going to taste this. I'm not going to turn the camera around. Doesn't really taste of a lot, to be fair, apart from pumps. I love that sound. It brings back memories of camping as a kid, doesn't it? It's not very nice out there, so I think it's time to sleepy night nights. See you tomorrow. Bye. Still raining. I don't even know what's coming over me. A healthy lunch, I say. Bye. Well, I bet you wonder what on earth is going on. Healthy dinners yesterday, no alcohol, no sweets of any kind, so basically no sugar. And I'm doing a little experiment. This is the truth of it. I wanted to see how my bloods were moving around, because to be honest with you, I haven't done my bloods that often, as I said in the last video. I thought, okay, we'll monitor it for a week or so. So on Monday, when everything was normal, so Sunday I obviously had a few beers and all that sort of stuff, so I check in the mornings. So Monday my bloods were at 7.9. Now they're supposed to be between 6 and 7.7. okay, that's the ideal for me, so 0.1 over it is nothing to be honest with you. Then Tuesday, again, where I didn't have any beer or anything on Monday night, but Tuesday I ate as normal really. I think actually I had, did I have a KFC? I might have had a burger. I had something naughty, I'm sure I did. But on Tuesday mornings it was 7.4, so it had gone down, and after being naughty but no alcohol. But then yesterday, as I say, I didn't eat anything bad at all, no alcohol, so no alcohol for 2 nights now, remember. So not that that's a big thing, but I'm just saying to see how the bloods go. And it actually went up. So this morning I did it and it's gone up to 8.4. So I'll tell you, so I don't know what's going on. So I'll give it another couple of days just to see what happens. And yeah, it's quite interesting though, isn't it? So be naughty, get low bloods, be bad, and they start going up again. It don't make sense. Obviously something's going on. But nothing to worry about. I'm just messing around, to be honest with you. Anyway, I was getting to thinking what I said yesterday about being creative and doing some sort of montage or slideshow. I thought, you know what? The best way is actually to just show you what I'm on about. So if you look at what I've got here, right, what's coming up next, it's a slideshow that I've done in Keynote. Now, Keynote is a free app for anyone who's got iOS, so any Apple devices basically. So if you've got an iPad, an iPhone or a Mac, then you can get Keynote. And I've done nothing before in Keynote, so I'm as new as you are to Keynote, but I did kind of know that you could kind of do presentations and slideshows in it. So I thought I'll give it a go. And all I did was I went on YouTube and just searched slideshow with Keynote, and it showed you kind of how to do it. Then you kind of just work it out. So have a look at this and see if this is something you'd like to have a go at, because it would be really cool. See you in a bit, bye. Well, that wasn't bad for me first attempt using Keynote, was it? So yeah, it's absolutely free for anyone with Apple stuff, and I'm sure you can do it on in PowerPoint or something like that on a PC if you're a PC person, and I'm sure there's other apps to do it. But I promise you, it really wasn't that difficult, and all I did was I watched a YouTube video on how to do it. So yeah, why not have a go at that, eh? It's really, really easy. It took me a couple of hours, I suppose, just because I didn't really know the app. But yeah, give it a go. Come on, on with you. Let's see what you got. See you soon. Bye. Well, I'm shocked, I tell you. Absolutely shocked. It's lunch, well, no, it's not lunchtime. It's mid-afternoon, and I thought I'm a little bit hungry. And I know at the moment I'm not supposed to eat anything bad because we're messing around with all this nonsense. And so I have to be healthy. So we bought some celery last night, and I didn't realise, because I thought, oh, that's going to be grim, but I know it's good for all your blood sugars and all that sort of stuff. unhealthy, obviously. I thought, well, that's going to be grim, isn't it? And I kind of thought as a kid, I thought it was okay because Mum used to have it. I thought, God, I'm going to eat it now, and I. But have a guess what? It tastes very much like radishes, and I love radishes. So I'm actually quite happy with that. Healthy and tasty, I say. Bye. You can see I've got the devil in me, can't you? It wouldn't be a Hannah the Narrowboat vlog unless I said something, would it? Yeah, I said something about something. You know what I'm saying. Not a rant, an observation. Well, a couple of things over the last probably week have unsettled me a little bit. The first one, obviously, is the terrible death of David Amos. And it looks like, I think it's been confirmed, that it was a terrorist attack by a certain... See, this is a thing, I don't even know whether I'm allowed to even say the bloody word on YouTube anymore. But I think you know what I'm on about. From a certain religion who's an extremist, basically carried out this atrocity. And it is an atrocity, absolutely horrific. So you would kind of think that the narrative at the moment from Number 10 and from the government would be, we need to stamp this out. We need to stop this happening ever again. We need to stop all these attacks, these terrorists. And, you know, protect our borders more, make people go through more checks and all this sort of stuff. But no, they've decided, and this is what it seems to me, and this is what people like, who is it, Mark Francois and all that sort of stuff, even Farage and all that are saying, is that the solution, or the deflection, the solution is to ban free speech online, in essence. Basically, you can't be anonymous online anymore. That's what they're trying to say. So if you're on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, you have to have a verified account, and they have to know your credit card details, they have to know who you are, and all that sort of stuff. And it seems really weird that they're attacking social media, the only place that it seems people can question the narrative, question MPs and all that lot. So that's the only outlet we've got, and they want to kind of say, right, you can't have anonymity on there anymore. Now, part of me agrees, don't get me wrong, part of me thinks you kind of should be who you are. You know, when I go online, I'll say, well, I'm on video for Christ's sake, I'll say what I want, I'll say what I think, and I'm not anonymous, you can see me. And the same on Twitter, my Twitter is under my own name. Everything's under my own name, pretty much. But what happens, right, so say you want to criticise a narrative, and you put it up, and you've been verified and everything on Twitter, and you get sacked because of your view. You can't have that job because you went against what the government are saying, or we don't like your view on that, so therefore you can't do this. Because that's where it's leading, that's what worries me. So yeah, it just seems strange we went from extremism to the internet, the only place we can criticise them. It just doesn't make sense, really. To me it doesn't anyway, I don't know about you. It just seems an odd parody shift, that does. And the second thing, I'm sure you've all seen this. If you haven't, well, you must be living under a rock. The old emergency measures went through Parliament last night or yesterday evening without even a vote. So no one voted. There's hardly any MPs even turned up. So these laws that they bring in, or mandates, or whatever, diktats I call them, that they bring in, notice like that, it's not. No one in Parliament is being able to debate it. They're not representing us because they're not standing up for people like me. It just goes straight through. So that's not democracy, and that's worrying, because now we have a government that is ruling by diktat. It's as simple as that. But there is a little caveat that you need to know, because it's not quite as it seems, by my understanding. Most of the coronavirus laws, or these emergency laws that came in, were actually under an act that came out in 1984. Yeah, 1984. Coincidence? Not. Yeah, well, I can't remember what the act is actually called, but most of these emergency powers they've got, they're actually doing under that law. So I don't suppose it makes that much difference, but it's not a good look, is it? And yeah, I'm not happy with the way the government's disregarding what you think about all of the stuff that's going on. The government should not be able to put things through Parliament, bring out new laws, new mandates without parliamentary scrutiny. It shouldn't just, and they were even laughing, and I think they're just laughing in our faces. So that's my opinion, and like I said, it wouldn't be a Hannah the Narrowboat vlog without me having something to say, would it? Speak to you soon, bye. Are you being mighty, Hector? It's that time of the day again. Hector's afternoon walk. It's a bit windy. It's quite lovely. It's all too much, isn't it?
Mm.
What's happened to Paulus the wood gnome? I thought I'd video this because I've got raspberries and I've got natural yogurt or Greek yogurt or something. So this is going to be a bit weird, isn't it? This is going to be really sour, isn't it? Let's have a look. Oh, oh Jesus Christ! Holy moly! Oh, I don't know who's more stupid, you or the dog. Lee, you haven't really been in this vlog so far, have you?
I don't know. Have I not?
No, well, we started on Tuesday.
Oh.
You was only in it for your dinner yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Lee, where you been?
Zumba.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does it
Is
mean?
it just dancing?
Dancing to like Latin American music.
Oh.
Zumba, hey, Zumba, ha. We don't dance to that one anymore.
Hector wants to dance.
Sorry, what was that?
Did he just burp?
I think so. What?
You're a strange hound, honestly, Hector. Why are you nibbling my feet? You're looking very skingy. Hey, tell everyone what you just done.
I went to get a glass of milk and I bought the glass.
Without
No
the milk.
milk.
It's an age thing. I'll tell you. Bye.
Bye.
You're such a princess, aren't you, Hector? Hey, look at you.
Hello. It's cold.
Hey, what are you doing?
Sorting out my car.
You're always sorting out your car, aren't you?
I'm not always.
Lee, I really think your next car should be a van. Do you?
Yes.
Of course, not very warm out here, is it? Look, I've got my blooming t-shirt on.
I put my hood up because my nose is cold.
Ah.
I mean, my ears are cold.
Oh.
And my nose. See, I'm so cold, I don't know what's cold.
I don't know whether anyone can hear us because it's windy.
It is windy. They're fixing the bridge.
So we're going to have the beeping back.
Unfortunately.
Oh, that's a load of old
Ooh,
bang in my
the
arse.
big thing from underneath.
What did you say?
They've taken a big thing from underneath.
Have you ever taken a big thing from underneath, Lee?
That would be telling.
Bye. It's okay, don't panic. Don't panic just yet. I'm back to my normal self. I've had me 3 nights off of beer o'clocks. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's like amber nectar, but not Australian. Much nicer. Anyway, as you've probably noticed, I haven't done a lot of videoing today. I'm just a little bit of a little bit of Lee out by the car. And that's because I've been sitting in front of the computer all day, scheming. No, I've been resorting out our Patreon page because we used to do that a while back. And there's a few people that used to help us along our way. Leslie Couch was one of them. And we were always ever grateful for that. It was wonderful. But we never really worked out how to use it properly. And things have changed. So it kind of got me to thinking, well, let's see what Patreon actually is now. Because I know loads of people use Patreon. And it's a way of giving people more exclusive content and all that stuff. And in return, they give you a couple of quid. But don't worry, before we go on, the YouTube channel won't change. We'll still do our 4, 5, 6 vlogs a month. And we'll do a live stream every now and again. So I'm not going to do membership or anything on there. I've always said I don't believe in YouTube and the way that tries to screw everyone for money, really. So the ads will stay and it'll just be, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, so we kind of got to discussing what we're going to do with Fan of the Narrowboat. Because, yeah, we enjoy doing the YouTube channel. And it's been good for me. It's been good for, well, you know, it's been good for my my head. And it's been good to keep me busy. I kind of want to do a few more things, so we want to do some exclusive stuff on Patreon, and perhaps some more in-depth stuff, so maybe some tutorials. We don't really know what we're doing at the moment, to be honest with you. We're just kind of thinking these things through, but there are a couple of things we definitely will do. We've got a thing called Discord, okay, and that it's like if you think about olden days when we used to have forums and stuff like that, well, it's kind of like that but on steroids. So if you join our Patreon, you'll then get access to our Discord, and with Discord we can all chat together live, which obviously we can do on MeWe, but it's not quite the same because we can do voice chat as well, so we can all log in, log out and be talking to each other, and we can also do video chat. Now that might seem, well, what do you want to do that for? Well, think about our YouTube live. Imagine if you could be part of the show. Well, we could do that on Patreon. We could. It would be such a laugh having all you ugly mot on there. Ugly mot? That's a rude word. Ugly lot. If you don't know what mot is, well, maybe that's a southern thing. I don't know. Well, I'm not going to go there anyway. But yeah, so we've got that. That's what we're going to do on that. And we've also been thinking, and well, we are going to do this as well. Not quite sure how yet. Like I say, these are just ideas that are floating around in our heads. My head more than anything. Is that a few people have said to us, why don't you do a podcast? And I've kind of got to think, I thought, well, I've got all the kit to do a podcast easy enough. So we could do it, but it was kind of, well, what we're going to talk about. And then I kind of got to think, because I'm an opinionated old sod, we could do something with me and Lee, a podcast rounding up the week's news. So we could do it once a week and round up the news and funny things we've seen on the web or whatever, but do it in a really not a serious way. So it won't just be me going off on one, with me and Lee taking the mick basically out of the news, or something along those lines. Me and Lee just talking shit really, but as a podcast. And again, that would be directly linked in with our Patreon. So if you're a member of our Patreon, you'd get access to our podcasts, which you can listen to on Apple Music and all that sort of stuff, but only if you're a member of the Patreon thing. So I'm kind of thinking, if we're going to move it forward, then we can't just can't have all my time. I mean, this sounds really up my own arse, but you can't have all my time for now. But if we do something like that, if it don't work, it doesn't really matter. It's just a few ideas to try and keep me busy and try and kind of get you lot involved, because there's a fair few of you out there. They're really good to us, to be fair. All you guys that comment and ladies that comment, honestly, it does help. You probably don't really understand how much it does help, but it does help. Keeps me occupied, especially while things are quiet, and God help us if we go into another lockdown. So these are kind of like measures we're putting in place to try and do something else. And of course with that comes merchandise. And we did do a thing called Floating Marketplace, but because we was doing clothing and t-shirts, and a lot of people have asked about our t-shirts, it was too much of a pain in the arse because we're on a narrowboat. That's the truth of it. The narrowboat's too small to hold stock, and for us to order t-shirts in, it's a half-hour round journey just to go and collect our post. So, and then you've got the returns, you've got all the different sizes, and so that isn't really viable for us. So, but we are thinking about merchandise. We might do things like mugs, fridge magnets, cards, and other arty-farty, crafty things. And what we'll do is we'll sell those through our website. Rather than do a proper online shop, I can just do it as PayPal buttons. So it'll be a small range, and we'll do it through that. And again, something to keep me busy, and something that might be quite cool. And as I'm a graphic designer and everything, I could do some shit hot stuff, you know. And maybe if any of you guys have got any ideas of what you'd like to see us selling, or things we could produce that other people might like, then yeah, please just share it. Let us know. And what else have we got? I've got a little bit of paper here. So I've covered the merchandise. I've covered the podcast. I've covered the Discord thing. I do think the Discord thing will be quite a laugh, but it's going to be hard to try and teach people who don't know what Discord is what it is. Does that make sense? You know, it's another new technology. It's been around for a few years and used to be a gaming thing, but now it's all, like I say, it's like a forum, but it would be a laugh, honestly, and it might just be worth the effort. And again, maybe we'll set something up there that is accessible to everyone without Patreon, just to see if we can kind of work out how all this works. I mean, I kind of know how it works, but it's more like you need to see how it works to see if it's worth you getting involved with it. And like I say, it would be a bloody good laugh. I can imagine, because I know a few of you out there, right, gobshites, more gobshitey than me. So that'd be a good laugh, especially Derek. Yeah, Derek, oi, you'd be a good laugh on Patreon, ranting. You rant more than I do, fella. And then we got me Scottish brother from another mother, Elliot. He'd be great on here as well. So I think that's about it. We've got a few other ideas floating around, so I thought I'd just let you know what the mind is thinking, and things will progress. We'll be doing a few different things away from the YouTube channel, but still under the Hannah the Narrowboat thing. I suppose this is a bit up my own arse, but maybe we turn Hannah the Narrowboat into a brand. Have you ever thought of that? HCN? Who knows? I'm just talking shit anyway. But anyway, dilly. Happy Thursdays. See you tomorrow. Bye.
It's long trousers time today. I'm off to Pilates and it's bloody freezing, so I've got my long pants on today. Bum. Bollocks. It's long pants for Pilates tonight as it's blooming freezing. I'm off to Pilates while Paul the lazy bugger sits on the boat and drinks beer. See you later. Well, I hope you can see me because I can't turn the lens round. I normally tap and it turns and it's not turning. Well, that was a bit strange. We got to Pilates, we sat there for 10 minutes and then somebody went and asked where the instructor was and she wasn't there. Somebody was supposed to provide cover, so a man just ran in at like 6 o'clock and said, oh, we're going to do some stretching and toning and some Pilates moves. So it was a bit weird, a bit boring, but at least I moved and didn't just sit on the sofa doing nothing. So there we go. Time for dinner now. See you in a bit. Oh no, I can't turn it. Wrong side. Naughty. Oh! And I've done it again! If you can... I'm such a donut. If you can see in there. Oh, where is it? There! The rubbish. That rubbish has been all around Northampton today. I went to take it before I went out. The rubbish has been to the manor. It's been to Tesco's. Not to Tesco's, to the card shop. It's been to B&Q. It's been to Aldi. And it's been to the leisure centre to come with me to not do Pilates. So now I suppose I should take it to the bin where it was supposed to go hours ago. Donut.
Good morning, everyone. Have a guess what? It's Friday. But have a guess what? I'm traumatised. I got up this morning, walked into the saloon, and I could feel something wasn't quite right. The first thing I do in the morning normally is I look straight at my weather station to see what the wind speed is and see what's going on. I know that's sad. And have a guess what? Look at this. Really not happy. It's got emergency room things all over it, which I think means that's all the outdoor sensor stuff, that is. So obviously something's happened there. Hopefully it's just a battery. And then I'll be no longer traumatised once I replace the battery. But it's not easy replacing the battery. So I'm not going to do that probably till the weekend, which is tomorrow, believe it or not. Anyway, what are we up to? Well, I've now found us a platform for our podcasts, which will distribute it to all the normal ones like Spotify, Apple Pod thingy doodahs. Anyway, I mean, I don't really know a lot about podcasts, but I know a few people that watch us do listen to podcasts. So yeah, so I'm using a platform called Anchor, which I think is quite apt considering we live on a boat and I'm a bit of an anchor. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try and record a trailer for it today and do a bit of artwork for it. And I think our podcasts are actually going to be called Chugging Along. And we'll obviously be taking the mickey out on there as well. There'll probably be a bi-weekly show with me and Lee, and maybe the other 2 weeks of that month might be just me going off on one. We don't know. We'll see what happens. But we can monetize it if we want to. Not that you'd have to pay for it, I don't think. Well, you can do that, but I don't think I'd do that. I will do some exclusive with Patreon, but that's a different thing altogether. But the podcast thing, yeah, so we can have adverts in it, so it can be monetized straight away. And we can even record adverts for other people. So if you ran a business, we could give you a call out on there, a jingle. And remember, I'm a musician, so we can do jingles and stuff really easy. So I'm probably going to set my little studio up today and just give it a try. And as I say, record the first trailer for it and try and explain a bit more and just see how it goes. So it's just a bit of something to keep us busy over winter and something to have a bit of a laugh with and something that you lot can engage with. So as I say, we'll see what happens. I'll let you know more when I found out. I might take a couple of pictures of it today, how I'm setting it up, and so you can see what the heck is going on. It's going to take some working out. Bye. Panic over. It's working. It just worked all by itself again. So I don't know what's going on. I'm dumbfounded, I say. But I'm happy. Bye. I've made a start on our first podcast, the intro one.
Chugging along, I say. I wonder what this is all going to be about. Shall we have the intro music? We're chugging along.
More on that later, bye. Lee,
Yes.
what are you actually doing?
Writing notes for the podcast.
Ah.
Yes.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Asda to pick up a massive order that I ordered. Well, you ordered actually.
We messed up, didn't we?
We did. You said to me last night, oh, we haven't done a click and collect. So I said, oh, yes, start one for me. And I didn't finish it.
So I put 16 hobgoblins on it and 10 Tetley's number 4s. And that's all that went on the list. So Lee's got to go shopping, bless her.
And we had to pay an extra £3 because it wasn't £40, over £40.
I'll tell you. Are you collecting the Chinese afterwards, are you?
Oh, I might say, oh yeah, we need to, oh gosh, what are we having? We need to write that down.
Well, normal, I think.
Oh,
Balls.
usual.
Well, I'll do that in a minute. Anyway, Lee, I think that's
Okay.
the end of the vlog then, isn't
It
it?
is. Yes.
Lee got an itchy willy.
Seriously?
Yeah.
We didn't need to know that.
Well, anyway, that's the end of the vlog, everyone.
It is.
I hope you all have a lovely weekend.
Yes.
And have a few dillies.
Dilly dilly.
See you soon. Bye. Love you.
Later. Bye.